Monday. I have here Kalika, and we're just going to be chatting today.
I love you, Kate.
Well, I love you too. Kalika, for anyone who do not know you, can you please introduce yourself?
Hi, everyone. I'm Kalika, and I'm a serial entrepreneur, author of the Little Brown Book, and the inventor of the purse hook. I also have, yay! I also have a waxing salon in Honolulu, which Kate has been so instrumental in helping me, uh, get it back on its feet after I bought it completely. Uh, you know, it was a company that I started with my sister-in-law, and then she divorced my brother. And so she helped me get it back on track. And now it's off track again because of this pandemic. And I don't know, I just thought we could just chat, from as both of us are serial entrepreneurs. And like I just want to know like how you're handling it, how you're pivoting in this crisis, because I learned so much from you. You're such an amazing entrepreneur, and you always seem to be like on the cutting edge. Like even though I'm in marketing, you're always just like, well, have you done this, Kalika? Have you done that, Kalika? So maybe we can share some tips with your audience, and I could interview you rather than you doing always all the interviewing.
Yes, so this is totally new for me today. So this is going to be fun. Well, I have zero idea what's going to happen for the spa business. I'm preparing myself. I don't know. It's gonna take a while. It's making me nervous. It's gonna take a while for consumer to spend money for luxury item. Will be the last um, thing that people would think of, unless it's a necessity. Like people has acne, so it's so hard to come back after this one. It's probably not until next year where people would be comfortable into spending luxury for a spa. So that's my gut feeling is telling me. So I'm preparing myself for that scenario. But at the same time, and I'm pivoting into launching this podcast, doing media. And so we have a lot of strategy which I just learned the last few days about buying Facebook groups, a lot of that. And so, you get so much traction. So that's going to be my focus because media, it's not going anywhere. And you can.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
We're always consuming media. So your spa business, it's the OC Facial Care Center. Is that right?
Correct.
Skin
Yeah.
Care Center, right? But you're still going to be selling products. Like I still love your Abadi products. I'm going to still continue to buy from you, get my candles from you.
Yes. Yeah.
So are you going to keep the e-commerce part of it?
Yes, I'm going to keep the e-commerce part of it for sure. Yes. We've built a strong community to our own brand. So we're going to keep the skincare product
Yeah.
forever.
And what about, you also have a business on Amazon. How do you think the Amazon business is doing just worldwide?
They're doing well for, you know what, the pet market, like that business category, it's blowing up right now.
The pet?
Yes, the pet market.
Why?
Like, because everyone is so bored at home and they're buying everything for their pet.
Really?
So, yeah. So surprisingly, I know someone who's in the pet industry, and they're like 5x right now.
Pet.
Yes.
That's so
And
interesting.
yeah, I know, it's so interesting. I think people when they're at home with their pet, they'll just buy whatever they
Oh.
want to entertain their pet, or maybe make them
Oh.
feel good.
Oh, I
Right?
see. So like upgrading their food, maybe having some more toys, because I guess they're there. They have to play with them. They're realizing how bored their dogs are at home by themselves.
Yes. And
That's
people,
interesting.
yeah, and people still buying skincare. People, no matter what happened, people need to take care of their skin. I think that's strong.
Hmm.
I know a lot of my friends, they're in a different category, like so like home goods. So it's they're affected right now. But
Home goods?
yeah, I think people are not really buying sheets at this point, but
Okay.
essentials. I mean,
Only essentials, yeah. Because I thought that because people were at home, like it makes more sense that people are, buying some frames or, just to make it look more interesting. Because like everywhere I see like Anthropology or some type of random retailer, they always have like this home edit, like
Oh,
Sephora has a home
yeah.
edit.
I think they're doing well, but Amazon, they're shutting them down for now because they're not essential. So all FBA.
Oh,
So people are still buying probably in a different um,
yeah.
platform, but not in Amazon. I've heard they're going to be opening pretty soon for
Mm.
other category.
And you had the most beautiful resorts,
Yes.
multiple resorts in the Philippines. So how do you think that's happening? What's happening there? So
I
gorgeous.
thank you. I think it's probably gonna take a while. I'm hoping they can. I mean, right now I'm just gonna be relying with locals for a while. I think it's probably in the next 5 months. That's my gut feeling telling me that we can slowly accommodate guests. But right now, all my staff are staying there. They're getting fed. We send them rice and canned goods every week, so they're taken care of. I want to
You're
make
so
sure my
good.
staff are taken care of.
So they're actually living at the hotel.
A few of them, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, they're so lucky. It is so, I mean, it feels like Santorini in Greece. You had the most amazing wedding there. So, how do you think the travel market, we both love to travel. How do you feel about the travel market today? Would you get on a plane in like a month? No?
Unless I'm going to be in hazmat, if it's really necessary for me to go. But I'm probably going to wait for 6 months. I don't
6 months?
feel comfortable. Yes, I don't feel comfortable myself traveling right now.
Yeah. And you're like the preeminent traveler. Like you're a world adventurer,
I
you
get
know?
antsy. I'm very
Yeah.
antsy. I wish I could just go. I want to go to Croatia. I have all this planned, and now it's not going to happen.
Oh, oh my goodness. I know last year wasn't it last year you went to Europe or was that the year before? Like you went to like 7 different countries.
It was last year. I actually went to Morocco by myself. And
Yeah, those photos were amazing.
thank you. Yeah, I like to travel alone or with Dan. I do both.
You know what's really crazy about this whole COVID thing? When you first mentioned it to me, I think you were aware of it in December. And then you were like, Kalika, I'm, watching this. And in the back of my mind, I'm just like, okay, good. Kate will watch it and I'm just going to continue doing work. And it was like you had this intuition that something bad was going to happen. And it did, like, oh, Kate's worrying enough for all of us.
Yeah, well,
But you were right.
yeah, well, my business got affected super early, like in the second week of January, where when the first case, and majority of my guests at that time, because February is Chinese New Year, so 90% of my guests are canceling because of this coronavirus. So while I was there, I'm getting all the news. I'm even communicating with the leader of some leaders in the Philippines, or we've been chatting back and forth any information that we're getting. So I know it's serious.
Mm.
Yeah.
But
So
this was the Philippines, which is, I guess, closer to Asia. But
mhm.
were they shut down? They weren't, right?
Yeah, they were shut. Yeah.
I mean, when were they shut down in January?
That was not until we're slowly locking down the island, I think February 15th to the
Wow.
30th. Yeah. So they didn't allow any tourist that has any history or any layover from Taiwan, Hong Kong, and China.
No.
So
Mm.
we closed the border, and they were checking everyone. And I mean, I think I mentioned to you, one of my manager told me like one of our guests will be removed from the hotel because of their travel history. And this was early on, like February.
So
Yes.
they basically evicted them
Pretty
because they
much.
were coughing, right? Weren't they sick? Or no?
Yes, we have a family that stayed there,
Hmm.
but we really took care of them, and they're really worried, like, oh my God, where are we gonna move if they're not gonna take care of us, or they're gonna treated us differently? But we really took care of them. We have, I think, 5 families that's been sick staying there for like a week.
Oh,
Yes,
wow.
for a week.
Wow. Wow.
Yes. So
And how's your family there?
my family's they're doing great. They're doing good. I think they're they're just staying home. The whole island is on a lockdown. So, I mean, they're in shelter, so no one is allowed. They're actually way more strict there. So one family, only one can go out to buy goods, grocery goods, and then you have to come back. And
Only
then
one person,
only one person. They have
one designated person,
one
the same person.
correct. Yes.
Oh,
So they're
that
waiting.
would be my husband.
Is he doing the grocery shopping? Yeah.
How
Yeah.
about you? Are you doing Instacart or something?
We did that. We did that. And we actually hired a staff that will do our shopping, but sometimes she's not buying the right thing for us. So maybe we should do it ourselves.
Oh, okay. So when did you get on lockdown? Like, did you shelter in place before the governor told us to shelter in place?
I think that was super early. Like, I think the second week of March, we were very cautious. Or
Yeah.
earlier than that. Yeah.
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 I think the last time I saw you was at Daisy's baby shower,
And it was
right?
March 8th. Third,
Yeah.
third, yes.
And then she gave birth yesterday.
Oh my God, I didn't know.
Here. Oh, Forum Confidential.
Oh my God, I'm
I
so
just a
happy
cute
for her.
photo. Just text her.
Yeah, I will. I will.
Text her. She sent a photo already.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta text her.
Yeah, that was the last event before all this. Yeah.
That was so fun.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we at least had that, you know. I
Yes.
could
Yes.
see you.
Yes. Yeah.
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 So there's a lot of people who are pivoting. Like even one of my forum mates is now selling masks, and another one of my friends in EO Hawaii is also selling masks, and they're putting logos on their masks and being really creative. Another person in EO Los Angeles, Ken Polanco, he's selling masks. He's got an apparel
Mm.
company. Do you think that, that's something that you want to do, or are you just going to stick with media?
I'm just gonna stick with media for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've learned. I'm in that 5-day course with Roland Fraser. You have to join his course.
Who is it?
He's someone that's so genius that I would love for him to mentor me. Everything, his content is off the wall. Like, it's amazing.
What's his
So
name?
he's in my Facebook friend. He bought the traffic and conversion. He owns that. I think he owns that. But the content is amazing. So
Yeah.
I've been attending to his class every day for the last 5 days, and it was very intense. So I can't wait to share you more information about it.
So it's Fraser.
Yes,
Okay. Well, I think that this is the perfect time for an entrepreneur to learn, right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you stay disciplined to actually learn and not go on Netflix? Well, you're just like that, but what are your tips for people who are like, feeling depressed and you're making yourself better, you're creating new businesses. What kind of advice would you give to an entrepreneur who's like in a funk?
Yeah, I think you really have to review your what's really your goal, because it's hard not to get distracted by all this because everyone is like not feeling really good. So, like, everyone's not feeling good. Maybe this is my time for me not to feel good. Well, I think of this like, oh my God, this is the good time for me to learn a lot without being distracted. So I was focused for like 4 hours in a day learning content, and my head is about to explode. I was like, I've actually worked harder now than pre-coronavirus because there's a
That's what
lot
my
of,
friend Lizanne said too. She was just like, she is slammed.
yeah.
You're working harder. That's why your fingers are numb.
Yes, my fingers are numb. Well, a lot of too. Another thing too. A lot of like big speaker are doing speaking events for free. Why not? Right? Normally, you have to pay to
Yeah.
listen to them, and they're just doing everything for free. So I took advantage of that. I think I have a big notes of writing every single thing that I could use in the future. So it's nonstop. I think we when we get into that habit of doing it, like you just can't
Yeah.
stop doing it. Yeah, I stay away from reality TV for now. I've been
Yeah.
watching. Yeah, I've been going to different class, or there's a lot out there that really brings amazing content.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So How has your habits changed then? So before, we used to go to the office, we used to go to, you know, right, see people. How have you changed? Like it looks like you're still dressing up. You look so cute. Uh, how have your
Half
habits
dressed
changed?
up. I'm in my pajama half of.
You look amazing. You don't look like you're in pajamas. What? You're in your pajamas?
Yeah, normally I'm in pajama. I only care half like upper part. But anyway, how do I do habits? I
Like
spend
how has it
so much
changed?
work. Well, it's actually more intense because now the kids are I have more responsibility into like watching, making sure they're doing their homework, which one is already acting up, right? So in the
Why
morning
don't you
I
get like a remote desktop or something so you
yeah,
could?
yeah, like I've been really busy with a what I would do is like I would pack and ship in the morning for a skincare quarantine skincare kit, which I have to send your candles.
What? What's that?
Yeah, your candles, your Nest candle.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Thank you.
So I would do in the morning work business, and then my learning would be from 12 to 2, and then self-care in the evening, and then I don't have to think. I would sit in the sauna or do walking, and then a meditation at night, and then repeat.
Oh,
Yeah, so I
that's
schedule
nice.
my day like that.
Is that also the same in the weekends? The days seem to be blurring for me.
Yeah, I've noticed like Sunday is actually busy. I mean, we lost track of what day it is,
Time.
right? Like,
Yeah.
so I don't see Sunday as just a regular Sunday. It's like every day.
I know, like what day is it?
What have you been doing yourself? How do you handle it? You've been on live yesterday.
Oh
No.
yeah, because of the book. I was really depressed for a long time.
Why?
Because of the book, like what happens is whenever you have these expectations, like I had this expectation that I was going to do this big launch, like there was going to be food and drinks and entertainment, like you have this thing in your mind. And then I guess it's just expectations. And then, you know, so that was just my way of, getting some content to people that could help them. But yeah. So are you waking up the same time or earlier?
Earlier now.
Really?
It's
Like
weird.
what time?
I'm normally, well, before coronavirus, I would get up at 9, but now like 7 o'clock.
Wow. Oh
Seven
my
o'clock.
goodness, Rodney was laughing at me because I got up at 10:50 a.m. one day and
Right?
he's just like shaking his head. He's like, "What's wrong with you?" Like, I don't know. Why am I
Well, I have
sleeping
a
till
question
11?
for you. How do you handle yourself? You're always out. You love creating events and you're so good at it. Like sometimes it's amazing. Okay, so we're planning this event and then 30 minutes later, I will get your invite and invitation all in one. Do you have like 10 hands? Is that how
Yeah,
you,
I'm one of the Indian goddesses with like all those hands, there's someone behind me. No,
yeah.
I just love people. I don't know. I just love them. But you know how I think it's just been a little bit different? Like I really love to clean
Mm,
and like declutter. Like I didn't realize how much I love that. And so now that I'm, sheltering at home, like I'm just loving like I totally Marie Kondoed my whole house. Everything is like, you know, in order. I think I told you I renovated the garage, so it's now like
yeah.
an office for my kids, and I think I told you they for
Selling
spring
books.
break. What?
You told me they were selling books on eBay, right?
Yeah, their project was sell a product to a stranger. And
Wow.
so I didn't tell them what to do. Like they basically figured it out. So I had a whole bunch of books that I was going to donate to Goodwill. And then within an hour of them listing the books on eBay, my daughter got like 7 orders. So she's been really enjoying that.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. I know I've been having a lot of fun. Oh, and then but because I can't clean all the time, I actually bought this iRobot.
Oh, yes. I love
Yeah. So right now, oh, her name is
that.
Tiggy, and then
Oh,
she's
how did you come up with that name?
Tiggy because
Mhm.
I wanted to name her Piggy, but the girls were like, "That's not nice." So Tiggy. because she's like, eating all the stuff on
All
the
the
ground.
dust in the
So
hair.
Tiggy, just
Tiggy.
like that model Tiggy.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Well,
I name her Tiggy. You have
well,
one too?
yeah. No, I have one, but I can't find the charger, so I've been cleaning myself, which I don't mind doing. Then it would give me more time, like to do something else, not just typing because my hands giving up on me.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
So go
also, good.
ahead.
And also, what I've been really enjoying is that I've been able to also teach my daughters how to clean because, usually we have a housekeeper, a nanny, someone to always take care of them. And so now they're washing the dishes, they're taking out the dishes from this, like they're washing their clothes, they're cleaning their own bathroom, which thank goodness, because they would have never done that until they went to college. So thank
Yeah,
goodness that they now have this opportunity to actually clean up like we did, like you were raised, right?
I was working a
Right?
lot. Yeah, to the
Right?
point that I would cry because I don't have time to rest.
Yeah. Tell everyone that story.
But yeah, I started working at an early age, maybe
Seven?
yeah,
No.
way younger than that, maybe
Five?
too early. Oh, I remember I would go like by the ocean to collect sticks to make fire for a
The
rice.
fire.
Yes, yes. I remember because I would see my neighbors would be doing that, collecting twigs, and then I would do that. I remember doing that myself. Yeah, but
You
like
were five.
about like that. Yeah, I was a slave
You had
girl.
a good mom.
Yes,
Tiger mom.
yeah. She actually teaches me how to cook rice at the age about 5 years. I know how to cook rice at 5.
Really?
Yes, with
With your finger
yeah, you
to
have to
measure the
measure the water like this. This is where the water, and you have to make sure you rinse the rice so much. Like once it's clear water, then that's the time to cook the rice.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I think that we were trained right because there was no other opportunity, right? We
Mhm.
were the slaves.
Yeah, I
Although
mean,
my brother was really hilarious because every single time there was something to do, he would say, "Oh, I need to go to the bathroom." He would go to the bathroom, and then I'd end up doing his work, like. And now I notice Rodney's doing the same thing. I'm like,
oh, hiding from
oh,
work.
what?
So they'll just stay there for so long so they could get away with the work, right?
Yeah,
I
boys.
I tried to do that, but my grandmother would yell at me.
Oh, see, because we're girls, maybe I don't know.
Girls, yeah. Or I don't know why I'm the always the person that my aunt would ask me to walk 2 miles to buy salt or ginger in the
It was
middle of
you?
the heat. Yes, it's me. And I think up to now I'm still mad at that.
She would make you do it out of all
Yeah.
the people. Did you have shoes?
Flip
Did you
flops.
have slippers?
Flip flops. Yeah, yeah, flip flops. But it's so
So no
hot.
jeepney,
No,
no
I
moped,
have
no.
to walk. It's hot. Maybe I don't know, not really that far, but the heat is just killing me. So that's why. Yeah.
Was it heavy to bring back?
No, it's not. But the heat, it's just
Yeah, it's
110
very
degrees,
humid
like
there.
humid.
It's
And
so humid.
yeah, that's why I
When
don't.
you want to be playing with your friends, or
Hmm.
in the shade.
Yes, I would love, or at least have an umbrella. I don't even have an umbrella.
Ah, see, this is what happens when you're an immigrant. That's why I think, what did they say in Hamilton play? Immigrants, we get the job done. Like,
I
I
think,
think we were born for times like this.
I think we're just used to like we're very resourceful because we're used to not having a lot around us. And
No,
we just, I mean,
no banks to get money from,
yeah,
You have to figure it out, you
you
know.
have to figure it out. Yeah, you have to figure it out, or you have to work harder to get your job. I mean, you just have to, I feel like you just have to work harder, way harder.
Yeah, yeah, especially females, minority, and stuff like that. I don't know. So where do you think the trends are going to be? Like where do you think that we should be shifting our attention if people are not going to be doing events, people aren't going to be spending luxury or retail?
Well,
Is
I
that
think,
why you're going online?
yeah, you still can do events virtually.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I was one of the class about that. You still, I mean, I know one person that sold at least 200 grand for 5 days of content. Yes.
What?
if you know what you're doing, you still could sell classes. Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
even though there are great speakers who are offering stuff for free, like look at Vern. Vern Harnish is
Yeah, I think it
the
has
founder
to
of
be
EO.
curated, like the one um, I joined. I mean, it was so good. Like stuff that you can really do right now. Like, what would you do? You know, what kind of business you should be involved in right now? How do you pivot? How do you buy businesses in this crisis, but doing it in the right way?
Yeah.
So then everyone's joining in that class, and yeah, I'm seeing some people are doing so well, even with
Wow.
Zoom Live and utilizing Facebook Live and groups.
Really? Yeah, groups I think have been really huge, you know. And it's so crazy. I heard that streaming live has been around since 2012.
Is that really? Wow,
Can
that's
you believe that? I
no,
mean, but no, there's I know. I was watching this other girl interviewing this other girl who she was like one of the first live streamers in 2012. I'm like, that's 8 years ago. It just seems like it almost just came about like a couple years ago, but been a long time.
yeah.
Yeah. So
I,
do you think that live is the way to go?
I think yeah, I think you still can host a big event through Zoom or find something bigger than Zoom, and it's like the same as when you do host a big convention. You still could do it, and then set them up into different groups where you need to have a lot of people working for you.
Yeah.
It can be done. I'm seeing it like it's doable.
Yeah. And you're joining it. I mean, you're signing up for these courses
I'm
too.
fine. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like 2,000. 2,000.
2000 attendees?
No, 2,000 per,
Dollars.
yeah, for like 5 days, and
Really?
they have like 750 attendee. So think
And that's
about
just
that.
one class. That's so smart.
Yeah,
That is so smart. I mean, and is it like a virtual conference where you can actually meet other people, or is it like a webinar?
it's just like a Zoom. You're just in
Mm.
a Facebook group doing. The speaker will be doing Facebook Live, and you can ask questions there. Yeah,
Wow.
it
Wow.
can be done if you really know what you're doing, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's relatable and it's something that people wanted to learn at this point. Absolutely.
I think that it's definitely here to stay. And what's good about that strategy that you're moving towards media is that you can do this in the Philippines if you want to be in Europe when you're ready to travel, right? You could do this as long as you wake up in whatever time zone. And basically you're selling the product again and again and again,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
I've been seeing a lot of people doing live selling in the Philippines. It's a big thing. It's like they're having their own QVC. I don't know
Really?
how. Yes, I've been seeing it nonstop, and they do watch party and selling live. I was like, that's amazing. They're so resourceful.
I don't see that here in the
No,
US.
I get
Like
it here.
because they want it to be a little bit more produced probably. So what are they selling? Clothes?
Different things. Some are selling, food like Costco item, and they have like so much follower. Like, okay, I'll take it, and then you do the shipping. It's amazing. Like you don't have to have a store. They're just doing live Facebook selling.
Wow. And people are watching that
People
rather than
watching that.
reality
Yeah.
TV.
Hmm.
Wow. Okay, I gotta like watch one. I just wanted to see. We should have a watch party.
You have to watch it. It's amazing. Yeah.
Why don't you do one and I'll watch you? I'll watch you sell something.
So like yeah, everyone had imagine you have your own QVC. I was like, oh my God, can you imagine you can do that here?
Wow. So knowing like that's what's gonna happen. What type of skills do you think that people are gonna need right now to be able to succeed if everyone's gonna be selling? Probably like speech, debate,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like they probably
I think if you're really knowledgeable about something and you know you're like authority of that, why not? Like do it.
yeah. Yeah, you can't be shy, I guess.
Can't be shy. Yeah, you can't be shy.
Yeah. You're shy, but you're still doing it. You're pushing
Forcing
yourself.
myself. Yeah, I'm forcing myself because this is gonna be the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what tools are you using now that uh, can help people? Like, there's 17 million unemployed people now. Like, what would you suggest to them, like tools or tactics?
What do you mean for to start your own business? So
Yeah, or maybe, yeah,
yeah, no, that's gonna be hard, right? Because
yeah,
well, you have to really find your passion. What do you stand for? What do you love to do? And then that makes it easier to
hmm
sell or do because that's something that you love.
yeah. Well, you've got a great story because a lot of times people will tell me like, well, if I just had $50,000 or if I had $100,000 and I can make it, and I'm like, I started with a used computer and an $86 desk from IKEA. And you started like you were tell everyone this story. I
Yeah,
love your
I
story.
yes, I started with $20. So I was doing product arbitrage through Amazon and built a multi-million dollar doing that, but that's gone because now
hmm
they want to do it themselves. But I was able to scale and open another businesses like spa and the resort through that
Yeah.
because I know it's not gonna last.
Yeah, you knew it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw the red flag, and so I before even I'm allowing that to happen, I already have Plan B and C.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Because I think right now, like, um, these everyone who's unemployed, they're probably really either in shock but I think it's a really great opportunity because I'm sure that a lot of them may not have been happy in their jobs, so now take advantage of this time while you're getting unemployment, you
Mhm.
know, to try something new.
Yeah. Or if something that to make it easier, if they're really good at doing makeup or something that they can have a follower, then hopefully they can build their audience and sell through that. I think right now what I'm doing is build a community and then figure out what I'm going to do with it.
Yeah. Online courses.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, or maybe a skincare tips or something.
Yeah. I know your passion is really skin. Why is your passion skin?
I grew up with eczema, so I know how that feels being insecure with your own skin. So that's why I really care about skin and I want to help people how to feel good about themselves and their skin.
Yeah. Well, similar to Daisy too, and she says her business is doing pretty good because
Yeah.
of she said she's up like incredibly because I think people want to be able to take care of something.
Yeah, I think people has money and they really have money to spend so they can buy skincare. They're at home.
Yeah.
Have you been shopping online yourself?
Mm, have I been shopping? Not really.
Uh,
Have you?
no. No, I'm trying to like hold my cash and
Yeah.
because we don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's true. Like I just and plus you realize like you have so much. I'm the one thing that I've been doing is realizing that I bought all this stuff, but I've never done anything with it. Like I used to take a lot of calligraphy classes, you
Mm,
know, and I have so much calligraphy stuff. And so finally I'm going back to doing calligraphy. And you just don't realize. And like I had bought an Echo Dot like a year ago and I never set
mm.
that up. So I'm just realizing like I have so much stuff that I haven't even played with. So
So is
yeah.
that did you discover that from your garage while cleaning your garage?
Yeah. When I was like, okay, well, and this is brand new. I haven't even opened this package. And
Yeah.
you will realize like I've bought a lot of stuff that probably can sustain me for like the next year.
Yeah. Well, our garage is full because we invest in a property in Temecula for Airbnb, and then that you know they changed the law, so now we have a lot of stuff from a four-bedroom house in two garages. Like I have living room stuff. I mean, like, oh my God, it's overwhelming. And so now I'm thinking maybe I'm gonna start some like rental property in Joshua Tree,
Yeah.
or like because I have a big land there, I'll put it in there. But now we can't even do that. I mean, I still can do because that's essential, part essential. But do something like that. I could empty it.
Yeah. Or you could like start staging homes.
I would love to do that. But that sounds
Yeah.
like, but that sounds like a lot of work. I think right now at this point, I will stay away from being operator.
Yeah.
My goal is to just buy a business and exit, and
Mm.
buy and then exit. I don't want to do the
Day to day.
the day to day. I'll stay
Yeah.
away from that.
Yeah. Well, you already had the experience. Like me too. Like it was always a fantasy to like have a retail store. You know, like when people think on the outside or like even with me, like with my purse hook, you always think like, oh yeah, if I had a product, I have a service business, I'll do a product. Oh, I have a product now, I want to do retail business. And then you realize that
So much work.
all of it is a lot of work, you know?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so you're gonna sell. So you're gonna sell your media company? That's the plan.
Yes, if someone, yes, if someone, if I have a good offer, why not? But I need
Yeah.
to build it first. But
Yeah.
that's gonna be my goal this year.
Yeah.
Media
Yeah.
company. It's either here. I think it's easier for me to acquire groups and buy a lot of that assets in the Philippines because we have business there. Then it's easy to promote a different brand or whatever that may be.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that that's really great because your focus is going to be the Philippines and then go beyond after that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I
It's
know.
it's cheaper for me to do a test. It doesn't cost me as much as here, so
I
I'm
heard that Facebook is like offering like $800 million worth of like, help for businesses. Isn't that for ads? Are you going to be utilizing any of that? Have you heard of that?
no, I'm
Yeah.
no.
If you do like, I think Facebook was planning to do that and that they were offering ads for people. That's what I heard. Maybe we can look into that.
Oh, I could look into that. I
Yeah.
didn't sign up for Sarah Blakely. Did you interview her?
No, I really want to. Do you have any connections?
I know someone that knows the husband.
I know. I got introduced to Jocko. Yeah,
Yeah.
but nothing ever happened. I know.
We'll
Oh,
reach
because
out in Instagram or LinkedIn.
I know. I got the master class
Uh-huh.
membership.
Mm-hmm.
Someone gave it to me for free, and I'm gonna watch her class. She's such an inspiration. Sarah Blakely is also an EO with us, so she's
Well,
so inspirational.
yeah, she's the reason why I joined EO.
Really?
Yes, yes.
Because in her Inc. article, she mentioned EO.
Oh yes, like that she really talked about how that helped her as a business owner and scale her business and think way differently. And that's what sold me because of her.
And because she was a female
Mm-hmm.
and a badass, she's so good.
It's amazing. Yeah.
She's so, so good. I know. I think that it's so great that you're doing this for female entrepreneurs because I think that they need to see more people that look like us, you know, Filipinas or minorities or, women. So thank you so much for being such an inspiration to
Well,
everyone.
I got that from you though. You opened that door because every time I hang out with you, I would ask you, so what's your goal? You said, well, I just want to help 1 million women. And so I hear that over and over again, like, why not do it?
Yeah, yeah. And I think that this is a really great opportunity to do that. I mean, considering that Daisy told me that she's had 75 million people watch her videos,
I know.
right? And that's crazy. So a million is, I think it's doable.
Yeah, it's doable. So
Yeah.
how did you come up with that? Why is that was your goal?
Which
Helping
a
1 million.
million women.
Mhm.
Well, I went to the Entrepreneurial Master's program at MIT. Are you planning to do that
One of
one
the
day?
things I think
Yeah.
you're
Because you
committed.
did Harvard, right?
I did Harvard, yes.
Yeah. And then, so what they talked about there was, okay, so here you are, you have your business. Well, you know, why are you doing it? Um, and then, so I was saying, like, oh, because I want to leave a legacy, for my family. And then they challenged us to figure out how to live your legacy, like do it right now. And so for me, I thought, why do I want to help women? I think that women are so amazing. They are creative, they're intuitive, they have so many great ideas because they're the ones who are mostly doing the caretaking. They're the ones who are the major purchasers for the household. And if you're the major purchaser and you don't talk to a woman, you know, I mean, that's why Sarah Blakely was so successful because she was able to, you know, come up with comfortable hosiery that also made you look good, you know?
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
said before, like, right? I mean, you remember that they were just using mannequins, you know,
Yeah.
like, so
Yeah.
they didn't know like how to work with a real human, you know, woman's body. So, and I also do believe that women will give back not only to their community, but they're also to their kids. And I think that if more women were in power, then things that are very horrific, like sex trafficking, child sex trafficking, I think would be gone because we would have eyes and ears, you know, on everything, on the systems, because you'll see like if you stop one channel, right? They do a lot of sex trafficking in the Philippines, right? The biggest sex trafficking ring is around Disneyland, right where kids are. It's terrible. But you know what they do instead of taking them on planes now? They take them on boats. And
Wow.
so who allows that? Not women. Like why, you know, women, that would be the last thing women would want to do is to like subject children to this type of horrific crime. So I think the world would be a better place if there were just more people, you know, and it was balanced, you know. I
Mhm.
think I mean, and I also do not like men, you know, like, you know, Dan is great, your husband, and Rodney's great, but like I think that we just need to show up more. Like why is it that there's 15 million men that have small businesses and only 12 million women that have small businesses? 3 million gap. Can you imagine if we had those 3 million women also participating in the game, coming, you know, sharing their ideas? And also, I really do think that the more that, you know, men see, you know, women, you know, succeeding,
Mhm.
they'll also give more money or help support that, you know. So
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I get that a lot. Like I think this is way more pronounced. I'm not really sensitive into a lot of things, but I remember one of our trip, we were in Spain, me and Dan, and we were in a hotel and we check in together, but the female offered him a bubbly and I didn't get any water and I got so upset. I think I cried. I cried because I feel like she's not willing to talk to me. And I was get pissed because I even paid for this hotel.
Yeah. It's my money, you know?
Yeah,
It's
so
my business.
I
Yeah.
was so mad, like, I don't know. It was very clear. I'm not very sensitive. I'm okay with it. I'm used to it. But for at that moment, I was so pissed. Like, why do I have to prove myself? You
So
know,
you were checking into a hotel
we're
in
checking in a
Switzerland.
hotel
A
together.
very nice. I saw the photos.
Yeah,
Really?
it was a very nice hotel in, in
Uh-huh.
in Barcelona. It was a 5-star hotel, and we were there standing, and the front desk offered Dan a champagne, and she didn't even offer me a water.
What did she think you were the
I
assistant or
maybe,
something?
yeah, maybe an assistant. Yes. So I was so upset, and I think I got, like I said, I'm not very sensitive about those, but like that really pisses me off.
So did you ask for champagne?
No, I didn't
Did
even.
you take Dan's?
No, I think I
You're
survived.
just like, oh,
Yeah, I said I'm just gonna stay here one night and not come back.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's very obvious like that. It's not okay.
No, it's not
Yeah, I
okay.
even treat my staff, even the housekeeping, I treat them like they're my CEO.
Yeah.
That's how I live my life. That's how I operate every day. So it's really not, it's not cool when someone do that.
Yeah, I think that's why the Filipino, what is it, Women's Network nominated you to be like one of the top Filipinas in the world. I think that they wanted to try to change the perception of Filipinas outside of the Philippines because they're usually people who are like domestic workers, you know. So, um, you're right. Like when I would attend a lot of EO events, and then people always thought I was staff, or when I would, I'm sure that this happens to you too, when you go to an EO event and they're expecting your husband to be the business owner rather than
Yeah,
you. So
all the time.
all
Yeah,
the time.
yeah,
Really? Yeah. See? So, I mean, I think that we're making headway, and I think that's the reason why I also, wrote this book, to help women, understand who they are, and I think that sometimes, women think that they need some type of permission, or I think that, what is different with women is like they really want to know everything before they proceed because they're so diligent. And so, like you want to be able to learn rather than just like jumping in head first, because it's the logical and most practical thing to do. And so I think I think women are amazing. Like
yeah,
you.
yeah. So, Kalika, I have a question. How did you come up with this book? What was the story behind the little brand book?
Oh yeah. So going back to my um, helping a million women, I was thinking, well, how am I going to do that? I'm only one person, and so because I own a branding agency, I own two Citrus Studios, which um, has been around since 1999, and then Orange and Bergamot, which is a creative agency for female founders, and whenever we brand someone, we always try to come up with their brand archetype. And
Mm-hmm.
so usually when you work with a branding agency, I think the minimum we charge was like $30,000 to help with someone's brand. And so I thought to myself, well, what if I created a framework for women so that they can understand who they are, and they also understand how other brands work? Because an archetype is basically a hypothetical persona that's universally accepted.
Mm-hmm.
So once you understand that you are a brilliant brand, or the maven, who's someone who's a teacher, who wants to spread great knowledge, or if you're the charismatic brand, that's someone like Ellen DeGeneres,
Okay.
who is always the life of the party. I think you can make decisions about your life that
Mm-hmm.
way. When I started, you know in the internet a long time ago, 1996, I started teaching internet classes, how to how to use the internet, how to make websites, because my grandmother always told me, and my mom, they're both teachers, if you want to learn something fast, teach it. And so I've been teaching for a long time, so that's why my archetype, in the book, is both a leader and a maven is someone who teaches. And I didn't consciously know that, like I just do it, I just did it. But if I had consciously known that, oh yeah, okay, like I'm more of a teacher, then I probably would have had more focused strategy in doing more, let's say, online courses, because I think a lot of times the things that are so close to us are hidden from us. Have you ever done that Johari window in EO?
I think so. Yeah.
Open window, the closed window, the blind window, the unknown window. So that's a concept where everyone else knows that you're good at it, but you don't. And so if you don't know, then how are you going to pursue? So that's how it came up, because I really want to be able to help women, and I think content wise, this will really help them understand who they are, and also understand other people in the room as well too. So when someone comes in, I understand the archetype. I know how to not influence, but I understand them a lot more. So like if a brilliant brand, brilliant archetype walks in, someone who's logical, factual, someone who's all about the numbers, then, I won't be sending them emoticons,
Mm-hmm.
like I won't be sending them memes or gifs, because you know, they
Data.
don't care about that. They just want the stats, they just want the data. And, you know, you can not influence, but you can influence people that
What?
way.
What companies is that? Like, can you give me an example of a company that's that category?
Like a brilliant brand,
That brilliant brand.
Harvard.
Harvard. What about Coca-Cola?
They're more like the BFF.
Oh yeah, they're BFF.
Yeah. They want to be there for you. They want to make the world a great place. Probably a BFF plus idealist brand. They're
Mm,
very optimistic, but not to the point where, you know, people think that you're naive.
mm,
So I would say the BFF brand is like the loyal, the trusted brand, like Nordstrom's. Like
mm.
someone who you always rely on. Yeah,
What about Apple?
probably original rebel.
Apple.
Steve Jobs, thought outside of the box. But I think that's the reason why this book is really interesting, because there's not only 12 archetypes, there's 144 archetypes in there. And I believe that people sometimes don't cleanly fit in one.
Mm,
So Apple is a very, very original brand, but it's also rebellious in the way that he wanted to do, his main motto was think different.
yeah.
And you have to have balls to be able to do that, to think differently and not want to. Sometimes there are people who don't want to make waves, and he's willing to do that. So,
Yeah. What about what really brand that stands out that has this all over category of like or like you can like they have like maybe four or five part of this archetype like what brand is like not sure if you understand my question like
mm-hmm,
what okay so I know you can be like a BFF and
mm-hmm,
idealist or something like that
mm-hmm.
but what brand that has like Uber what archetype are they
For Uber,
for Uber?
um, probably, I mean, it's a very innovative brand. They're the ones who also um, thought differently. I mean, like they completely unhinged the way we drive. So usually people who are like that are people, we call them like the heroes, the the heroine, but they do it for like a good purpose. Even though I know that there's like some drama with Uber, but I would probably call them like the hero, the heroine brand. They're willing to try something different, for the good of other people.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I want you to interview that lady,
Who?
Frances Fry. I think I have her email. She was that lady. She's really someone that
Oh, I love her.
I have her email address.
She's the one at Harvard, right?
Yes, she was the one
Hmm.
that fired the Uber CEO and changed the culture. I love
Yeah.
like she's like don't care, just get in
Did
there.
you interview her yet?
No, I was just telling Dan like I need to look for her email. I know I have her email somewhere.
Yeah.
Should
You know
interview her.
who's you know who's also connected with her? Susan Endline from the
Oh
EO Brooklyn
yeah,
chapter.
she's in it. Yes.
Well, because she was in the Harvard residential program there. She went to Harvard, and so she's part of their residential entrepreneur in residence program at Harvard. But I know that she's very connected with Francis, and probably Brian Brault too, my EMP facilitator. He was also the global chairman like 2 years ago. Remember Brian Brault? He's so
Yeah.
good.
Yes.
Yeah. Have you interviewed Boo Boo yet?
I actually contacted her. I think she's so super busy this time, but I'm sure she will pretty
Or
soon.
Julie?
Julie, yes, I've been telling her. I actually have one Filipina tomorrow. She's Anna Marie Pastrana. Okay, so this is
Oh,
way
I love
yeah,
her. Isn't that the one cat
yes,
the
yes,
fairy?
the fairy, yeah.
What,
I
very fast,
pass
very quick. What?
pass pass cat.
Yeah.
So I've used
Yeah.
her service when I was in college because I would
Yeah.
be so bored and I would go to a different city and I use Pascat. So that's why I'm so interested knowing her story because I grew up with her company.
She has the most beautiful home. I went and I stayed with her.
Really?
Not
And
stay with her. I mean, she like had masseuses coming over to the house, and I think I had like a 3-hour massage. Like it was just like crazy. Yeah, I had dinner with them. And we have
Wow.
such a talented family. Their kids are so beautiful, and we're playing guitar and piano. Like,
Really?
yeah. And then
See,
they showed me the church that they basically built, which is right across the street. You
wow.
should have her give you like a behind the scenes tour of her house. Her house looks like it belongs here in the US, like in Cupertino or like Silicon Valley somewhere. It's gorgeous. It's
Wow.
so beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to get to know her and her story. And yeah, she sounds like a very nice person. And then we met her in Macau. She was there. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And then she knows that guy who sings for Journey. What was his name?
Oh yeah. What's his name? Yeah, the guy. I forgot.
You should have him perform.
Yeah, yeah. I think they were very close. Another thing too, this EO from Cebu, um, Edward on Latgo. He's so accommodating. So every time I will be in Cebu, I will text him, hey, and then he would text me, are you here? I'll send you a driver. And he would send me a driver in the airport to pick me up every, like, use it for a day. And then I stayed in their house. They welcome me in their house. Like, people are so generous, I have to say.
So amazing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The
Was he
thing
the one who owns Honda? All the Honda dealerships?
Yeah,
Is that him?
I think Hyundai and then the Mercedes. I think he opened
Okay.
the dealership. Yeah, and then Julie too. She opened her hotel for me, and I stayed there. So people are so generous, and that's why I just want to serve and be a service to other people as well. Anything that I can do for EO because they're so generous.
Yeah. Are you still part of YEC?
I haven't been involved in a while.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
but I still have a lot of friends from there.
Yeah. I think EO is a really great tribe, like especially now, because I think it was so funny. One of my farm mates was like, oh, she was going to give EO like a 5 because, she wasn't going to any of the events. And then COVID hit, and she was just like, this is my lifeline. You can see how everyone just came together just because of, our entrepreneurial, support group. It's
Yeah,
like AA for entrepreneurs.
yeah.
Because we're all suffering at the same time. It's so crazy. But then we're also being positive, like we're not down in the dumps. I was down for quite a while, like a week, but you know,
Now you're
it's
getting
encouraging
yeah, yeah,
to see everyone. And look
yeah.
at you. Like, I love your background. I love your flowers. I love your crystal.
I know I have my crystal. I'm like talking to Rosalia. And have you heard from her?
I've been texting her. I've been trying to get her to do some type of
Meditation?
podcast or something, but she doesn't have Skype, so she said she's going to download Skype.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't really into spiritual thing until Rosalia was being introduced to us.
Yeah.
Remember that time we were in Napa?
That was it. Like that was I just thought that was the best. The Women of EO event where we met her.
Yeah.
So good.
I don't really believe in those things, but
Yeah.
she actually is very good. I was surprised.
Yeah. Well, she's definitely helped, I think, a lot of people, you
Mhm.
know, not believe all the thoughts that happen and things like that.
Yeah, she's really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what are you going to be doing the next few days?
Hmm. I don't know. Oh, maybe masterclass.
Oh,
I want
man.
to take some classes too. Yeah. I've been doing the Anne Winter, the editor of Vogue and Condé Nast. I've been taking her class. It's so good. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that on Facebook. They're selling a lot of classes. Is that expensive?
No. Well, I got it as a gift because it's buy one, get one free or something. So someone gave it to me as a gift. So if you buy one, you can offer it to some. Maybe you can market that to one of your Facebook group people.
Yeah, I
When I
mean,
get to 10,000 followers, I'm going to give away this expensive. No, I think it's very cheap, like 100 something,
oh, that's
100 something. And there's like the most amazing speakers.
oh, really? Wow. So it's through Zoom then. It's through live Facebook? Is that
No, they have their own online learning management system.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I had so much fun.
So good. Thank you for letting me interview you.
I know that this is a chat. It's a nice chat. I thought I'm going to interview you. And
No, thank you, because you're always interviewing everyone else. Now everyone has to know your story. You're so amazing.
oh, no, you're amazing. I mean, thank you for being a sister. You're like a sister to me. You're more than a
You're a sister to me
friend.
too.
Yeah. So
We're
thank you.
always texting each other.
Yeah, and you've helped me a lot. You've opened your door. You've helped me connect to your connections, to your friends, and you've helped me a lot. I mean, I'm normally would hide in a corner, but you really push me to be out there. So thank you.
Yeah, no, I think that people need to see more of you, like you've got a great, fantastic story. So inspirational, especially for Filipinas, and I will always be your cheerleader and
Oh,
have your back.
here.
Just like you did for me, like when I needed help for the waxing company, you were there. Like you flew to Hawaii.
I had so much fun though, staying with your family in the hotel. I had so much fun.
So fun, right?
Yeah.
Eating all
We
the
went to
macadamia nut. What?
The Yoni steam.
The yoni steam, the vag steam. We discovered that together. But
Yeah,
because of you, you were like, let's try it.
I had so much fun. And it's nice knowing your family. You have such a great family, your kids, your husband is adorable.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So thank
And yours too, like when I went to the Philippines to see your family.
you.
And so sorry to hear about your cousin.
I know.
Yeah.
That, yeah.
Well, let me know how I can donate or whatever to help him.
You already helped in the beginning, so but I really appreciate your friendship before and you're just so generous to a lot of people and anything that I can do to support you, I'll do it.
You too. Thank you. Thanks for
Bye.
everything. Bye. Tell Dan I said hi. And your kids too.
I will. Bye.
Bye.